Alright, welcome back to another tutorial. Don't forget, guys, please hit subscribe below and give me a like. I'm trying to get my subscribers and my likes up. Today we're going to do a lift cylinder on a Toro Triplex. Let me show you the machine. This is a Greensmaster 3150. There you have it. Alright, and down here we had a leak by the tire, which we thought was the wheel motor, but it was not. And your lift cylinder is in here. I already took this cover off. There's a cover that sits up here, which has 2 bolts on it. You're going to unscrew those, take that off, and that allows you to get to your lift cylinder. Now, I already cracked some of these loose. You're going to need an 11/16 wrench, and you're going to need a 1/2 inch. The 11/16 is going to go on here. You may need a smaller wrench as a holdback on this one, but you're going to crack this one loose, which I already did. Alright, and have a pan underneath, catch any fluid coming out. And then if you come back here, you got another one here, which is an 11/16 that I already cracked loose. Let's see if we can get that out of there. It's still threaded on there a little bit. Alright, we got that one loose from the back. Now you're going to need a 1/2 inch. Take this bolt off here, because it has, let me show you, has a pin right there. See that pin holding it on? And then up here on this one, you're going to have, see this pin right here? That pin there, you're going to have to pull that clip out, and then you'll just push that out, and that will drop the front of that down, and this one here will free up the back, and then we'll see if we can shimmy that thing out of there. Alright, so you want to take this one out. Alright, got that one out. Alright, so come around to the inside of the machine here, and that there, you're going to want to get yourself a punch and a hammer. And I can't do this with one hand holding the camera, so I'm just going to show you. But you're going to put your punch on there, hit that with the hammer, and you're going to push that pin right out the other side. Alright, quick tip here. When you're banging out that pin from the other side, it's going to be caught on this, on the body here, in this panel. So rather than take all this apart and have to take this off to get that panel out, real quick tip, get yourself a long pry bar here, stick it in there, and pull out on it. Now by pulling it, I'm going to need my other hand. What I'm going to do is pull out on that panel, and with my other hand, I'm going to take this pry bar in there and just kind of pull the pin out. Alright, got my pry bar up top, pry bar on the bottom, and pull that pin out of there. Sure sounded easy when I said what to do. Probably do it by hand at this point. Just watch this thing don't slam back on your fingers. And there she is. Alright, now we're down to here. We got that little cotter pin right there we got to pry out. Alright, little tip to getting these cotter pins out. If I can get this camera straight here. You want to grab the loop end of the pin with a set of pliers. Then take a screwdriver, slide it right over top of the pliers, and pry it down. And that, there it goes. This is now free. Problem is, it can't come out here, it can't come out the top, it can't come out the bottom or the back. It's got to come out the front, and we have this whole frame assembly here. So we got to take that apart, and we'll be able to slide this right out the front. Now, what I'm assuming we can do here is just remove this arm here and not this. There's a bolt in the front here, which is a 1/2 inch. I already cracked that loose. All right, and that's the same pin. Same pin. that we did back here. So now I'm going to, well, I won't be able to tap from back there, so what I'm going to do is try to pry this out. Alright, I wanted to stop what I was doing real fast to show you something, because you're going to run into a small problem trying to get this last pin out to drop this frame down. Alright, here's our pin right here. Alright, now a lot of you are going to try to bang on these little tabs right here to push that pin out. Alright, those tabs you don't want to bang on, because you will bend them and you will break them, because that's the tab on that end where the screw goes in. You don't want to break them off. Alright, so what you want to do, hopefully you have the same thing I did. Now, come to the back side of that tab on this side of the machine, and there was a little bit hanging over here. You can see I already started banging on it. So I took a flat chisel and I just grabbed that edge, and I was hitting this with a hammer, and it finally started coming out a little bit, as you can see. Then I kind of got in there behind it and hit it again. So now I'm assuming it's going to come out now. It's starting to work its way out. But I started banging on these tabs over on the other side, and they started bending. So don't bang on that side. Come around to this side, see if you have a little bit showing that you can grab with a punch, and start working it out. Alright, and I'm going to continue taking that out, and it should come out pretty easy from here. Might want to get some WD-40 and just squirt it all around here and get it down in that shaft to help nurse it out. Alright, so that pin did pop out, and be really careful when you take this front pin out. You got these spacer washers here, and let me turn the light on. It's very important you put these back in here. So those came out from the back. Alright, none of them go up here, but they do come out of there, and they come out of here. And if anything on this machine is getting a lot of friction, it's right here, because these lift arms are going up all day long. And if you do not put those spacers back in here, I assure you, you are going to run into all kinds of problems. It is going to be loose up here. You're going to start wearing out these arms, and it's going to get very costly to repair by simply forgetting to put those space washers back in. Alright, I'm going to try to pull this arm off of here, and I hope I'll be able to slide that cylinder out. Now you just pull up on the arm, pull straight up, drop it down, and it pulls straight out, just like that. Alright, don't forget the washers we just talked about. Slide them back on the shaft. It's probably the best bet for you. Alright, now if we just lift this up out of the way, I am hoping that I can slide that cylinder through there. Looks like it's enough room, but man, it's gonna be close. There it is. She did slide right out of there, and that is the lift cylinder there. So basically, you're just going to follow the same technique to put it back in. Pretty time-consuming job, and hopefully this helps somebody out there that's trying to replace their lift cylinder. So, alright, I will see you guys next time. Don't forget to subscribe below and hit the like button. I'll see you.